Okay, cool. So, Link, what do you think of that match? Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Heel Podcast. We are back with our monthly podcast of wrestling. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But anyways, we've had Survivor Series this month. We will do an AEW one, but that won't be in this one. We'll do that one in a later one.
We won't.
Did you not watch the last?
No.
You didn't watch? No. In which case
no
we won't.
I did watch Full Gear actually.
Okay.
But we won't. We won't.
Okay, we won't. I
don't think anything particularly important happened, apart from Kenny Omega finally lost the title. There you go. Move on.
Yeah,
that's it.
I mean, not wrong.
Adam Page is world champion. There we are.
Yeah, that's the biggest news, and it's the only news.
Right, because that was the plan from the start.
So the build-up we've had for Survivor Series is obviously been the last month. For some reason, all the wrestlers suddenly like the brand they're on, despite only just being on that brand.
Well, the thing is, obviously, we had Crown Jewel, didn't we? It was only 2 weeks or so ago.
Yeah, and
then the build for Survivor Series didn't start until like 2 weeks after that, because the week after that is when the actual draft came into effect, and then it was like 2 weeks. They've already had about 2 weeks of build towards Survivor Series, so most of the matches there's been no build for whatsoever. It's just a case of, right, you're on this brand, you're on this brand, so you're against each other. And they're being picked by the general managers of each of the shows. The problem is it's the same general manager on both shows, so it's like,
it's weird.
And he's on one like Adam Pearce is on one show going, I really want Team Raw to win this, and then he's on SmackDown going, I really want Team SmackDown to win this, and you're like,
this is where for me it needs to go back to a nice long build up. Survivor Series is supposed to be one of the main shows.
Yeah.
This is for the old Survivor Series matches. Used to have every single match had a bit of a build up storyline where you'd have one person and the main person they were fighting the opposite team. And it used to have proper storylines. Everyone in the match would have rivalries. It needs to go back to that.
Well, this was still partially built towards that, because you had obviously Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley was supposed to be a big thing.
Yeah,
they wanted a big moment out of that, didn't they? And it just didn't happen.
It just fell flat. But we'll get to that one.
Yeah.
But before we start, obviously we aren't three of us today. We have Aidan with us, below me. He did what?
What?
Oh no!
That's how we got on here. Yeah. Okay.
So if you want to become the fifth member of the Heel Project,
I was just the interim Dan. I'm just the interim for Dan.
He was. I think I've got COVID. I'm still awaiting a test result after feeling like crap during the predictions. So yeah, Aidan filled in for me during the watch along last night, so we thought we'd invite him.
If you want to replace Dan after he dies of COVID, please send a self-addressed envelope to.
No one gives a fuck, because I'm fine. Yeah, I'm nearly over it, so it's all gravy. But I didn't actually watch this match because I didn't watch the pre-show, so I don't know. Like, I'd seen obviously the
sucks to be you, doesn't it?
The highlights of it on the actual main show, but Shin technically defeated Damian Priest because he won by disqualification. Priest has gone a bit
mental.
I think now this is the Priest heel.
This is the heel turn.
This is the heel turn, and I think he'll do it well because he was a heel in Ring of Honor, wasn't he?
He was,
yeah.
I think this will be a good
big old fatty heel.
And he's on the push.
I couldn't find that picture.
He's on a big push as well.
Yeah, he was really, really fat.
I did say
now he's really, really not.
I come up with something we need for every Shin match. And I worked out last night. We need Pat Cam.
A Pat Cam. Pat Cam was a great idea.
A separate camera of just Pat McAfee dancing to Shin's music on a separate screen.
Even when Damien broke the guitar, you see Pat just going in the background. No, don't do it.
Pat McAfee.
I was going to say you could have another. Good. You could have like. So you have the wrestling in screen, and then in the corner you just have.
That's what you mean.
For the whole show, for the whole show, I'd be so happy with that.
I wouldn't watch anything other than him though. I wouldn't even watch the wrestling. I'd just watch Pat.
Do you know what?
Like he's mental, isn't he? Like he's so good. Like I
For a
absolutely love
pre-show
him.
match, this was one of the best pre-show matches I've seen in a long time. I actually got into this match. It was some good moves in it. It was a good match, backwards and forwards between the pair.
Good match.
It was very backwards and forwards.
I think that was the only ending where Damien wouldn't be affected by the loss, to be honest.
And what about that Priest kind of that modified Hell's Gate that Priest done? That was wicked. I like that. I like that. It looked good.
It was all right. It was all
Not so
right.
much.
It was sloppy, mate. I think it was supposed to be a Hell's Gate that he just did really badly, which is why it looked different.
Yeah, it wasn't
I
modified.
don't even think it was
crap.
supposed to be a modified. It just wasn't very good.
Yeah, they've done a good storyline with it as well. With
Sucks to be Pete.
They've done a good storyline to make him turn heel because it was the old guitar, weren't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guitar playing.
Can't believe they did that to
But obviously, that's not.
Can't believe you've done this.
Going into a story. That's not going into a story line or anything because that's the last time they'll see each other until.
No, but this is why they've done it well, and they've turned him heel just on the back of a match you're never going to have again, but it's completely turned him heel.
Our next pay-per-view now, by the way, isn't until 1st of January, is it?
Yeah, there's no pay-per-view till the 1st of January.
Yeah, it's that. What is it? Day one.
Yeah.
Day one. But no, I was kind of shocked.
There's this one, but is it going to be worth it? So the next thing that they've got that's considered their pay-per-views is NXT War Games.
Oh, War Games in 2 weeks, yeah.
On the 5th of December, but NXT is just not what it used to be, is
Yeah,
it?
but it's War Games. It's War Games. We're going to do War Games.
We probably will.
It's War Games. We've got to do War Games.
Yeah, we probably will, but yeah. So that
give them a chance now. It's NXT 2.0. We've not done one of their pay-per-views since they changed because this is their first pay-per-view since they changed over. Let's see what they can do. Who knows? It might be absolutely fantastic.
So have you seen the name for the pay-per-view on 1st of January?
Day one, isn't it?
Day one.
Yeah,
Day one.
that's
we just said.
I wonder if the
I'm
Usos
sorry.
have been down.
I was clicking through things. Sorry.
I wonder if the Usos
Day
have been down
one-ish.
since it.
Day one-ish.
I wonder if they'll get knocked out while they're there, and then stay on the floor, because then they'll have been down since day one.
That's ridiculous.
I hate myself.
He's retiring now.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That is absolutely terrible.
Oh,
right,
Christ.
main event. Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair.
Great match, absolutely great match. I really enjoyed this.
I really enjoyed. I
loved
was
it.
surprised. I didn't.
All right.
Pete.
Let's address
Pete.
the elephant in the room.
The
Becky Lynch's
camel.
attire was pretty impressive. Okay, we all enjoyed looking at her bottom.
Charlotte's outfit wasn't too bad either. To be fair.
Right, now let's move on to the actual wrestling.
I didn't watch it.
Be pervs.
I don't take it.
I mean,
It was
Becky.
a good match.
Yeah, Becky and Charlotte. They're always going to be a good match. It's all about the
this
finish
was first.
sometimes, to be fair, and the finish felt very rushed.
Good,
I think
'cause I
on the
picked Becky.
things, like it
I
wasn't.
liked it. I quite liked it.
I liked
was
it,
different.
but if
it
you-
wasn't what I expected.
The hand on the rope, like from Becky at the end, came too late.
I mean, seeing Charlotte's thumb going up Becky's bumhole was a bit weird, but like,
Wore her like a puppet.
I thought we were talking about the actual wrestling part now.
I was.
that was part of it. That was part of it. Like, that was during the match.
Right, what about what we did notice? And there was a few moves that Charlotte kind of borrowed a bit, like the
Disarmer.
backflip off the top rope. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Andrade stuff,
And then
yeah.
We noticed there was
she went to do the big boot into like a backspin elbow, but it was more of like a shoulder than an elbow.
Yeah.
We noticed there was a few little moves that were quite interesting to watch. We weren't expecting those. They were cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I thought it was a really good match. Like, I didn't expect it to be a bad. I was looking forward to this match more than any other match on the card. I said that to you guys before, didn't I?
We were
Like,
definitely
before we
shocked.
even started, I was like, I'm really looking forward to this match. And
We were shocked
it
it
didn't
was
disappoint.
first.
It didn't disappoint.
first.
Well, it wasn't going to be last because obviously
Yeah, it
Roman's
was
always
gonna-
going to stay that
Yeah,
spot. So it made sense to be first.
It was either going to be first or second to last, I think, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, it made sense to me first. To be honest with you, it was the biggest match on the card in my opinion. I think
It was the most.
bigger
It was the
versus
most.
Roman.
It was the biggest build-up that they did for all of the matches.
Yeah.
Like this one had, like they went on talk shows and everything for it. So
Yeah.
I think it was a fantastic match, and I think they did it really well. Although they never have a bad match between the two of them. It just doesn't happen. So I'm not even surprised. It was great. Obviously, this leads us now with Becky having a 2-0 win streak over Charlotte.
Well, that's probably going to get dropped now because obviously they're on different brands. It'll probably
They're on different brands, yeah, but like
exactly.
it's still, but like it's a 2-0 win streak over in 2 years because the last one was at Mania like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like it's like 2 weeks away. So who knows what's going next? Like, I'll tell you what we're going to do at the end of this as well, because the next big pay-per-view is Rumble.
Yeah.
I want early predictions for Rumble winners at the end of this, so start thinking now.
Right, okay.
That means I've had to have watched the wrestling.
Well, that's your problem.
You don't know yet returns and stuff. There's a lot of returns due to come back yet.
Yeah, we'll throw in a return if you want.
Yeah, pick someone that you think might return them.
It's the bold move, isn't it?
Random guess.
Yeah, it's the bold move. So, right, we'll move on to the men's elimination match now.
Did that match happen?
Well,
Yeah, it did.
well,
It did.
Kevin Owens didn't think so. He was...
I saw something about this as well.
He was just like...
So, he did. He just walked off.
And then
do you remember what happened at last year's Survivor Series?
Yeah.
Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins were both on the same team.
Yeah.
On Team SmackDown, so the opposite team last year.
Yeah.
And Seth Rollins went into the ring and went down onto his knees and put his arms out and just took the loss straight away, if you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheamus Bro kicked him, didn't he?
Yeah, and that was the end of it. He sacrificed himself, so his team lost.
It's most likely going to be a Seth Kevin feud now on Raw.
Yeah, obviously. That was obviously the way they were going with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, despite that, they still won. Who was
The final man for SmackDown was Jeff Hardy.
it was, and then we had Austin Theory and Seth before that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Not surprised, to be fair, that they gave Austin Theory a decent run, decent little touch.
They made him look strong. He took a beating.
You tell him that Jeff was the sole survivor.
Jeff was the last guy for SmackDown.
He didn't win it.
You were awake for this part.
I can't remember the end.
He didn't win it. I called the prediction. I called the eliminations all the way down the match. On the match, apart from the end, I said it would be Jeff that would pick it.
So
the second it went down to 2-on-1, I was like, Jeff will eliminate Austin, and then he'll go to eliminate Seth, and then Seth will reverse it at the last second and win it. Because you knew that's how it was going to be.
But he went for the Swanton. As soon as he went for the Swanton, I knew Jeff had lost.
Yeah, the second Seth was in position, I was like, yep, he's reversing this. Seth's won.
It was a good match, to be fair. It was a good match.
It was a good match.
I
don't even remember Corbin getting eliminated. Like,
it was very early.
Who did Corbin? He got eliminated by Finn 7 minutes in.
I didn't even...
That was the first elimination, wasn't it? Apart from
Owens, yeah.
Owens was first, then it was Corbin.
Woods got submitted. Bobby Lashley and Drew went out on a double count out. Finn got eliminated by Sheamus.
Yep.
Sheamus got eliminated by Theory. Theory got eliminated by Jeff. Jeff got eliminated by Seth. So I mean, after sort of Finn, Sheamus, it was backwards, forwards, and you could see it was going to end that way. Really,
it was good though. It was good.
I was good.
Yeah. I do remember most.
The one thing I will say is Jeff didn't look great.
I thought he looked
good.
He
looked very slow. At the beginning, he looked very slow, very slow.
I'm not being funny,
that was just an issue.
He is 44.
I think he came in at the wrong time.
Well, no,
I think he might have been off his tits.
At one point, he came in.
He walks around the ring going.
Throw a punch and walked out.
Crowd. Yeah, throws a punch.
He came in early. He came in before his spot was due. He was supposed to come in for a spot with someone, and he'd come in earlier than when he was meant to, which is why he went back out and then came back in and did the exact same thing when he came back in, and that was when he was supposed to be in. So he came in early. That's what that was.
I just remembered that Sheamus attacked Jeff as well. By the way.
Yes.
Because Sheamus was mad
that's what cost him.
Yeah. He wasn't on the right.
It didn't really cost him, did he? Because Jeff Theory was still in at that point.
Yeah, it didn't make much difference.
It didn't make a difference because Jeff still got Theory out and nearly got Seth out.
But I mean, it wasn't the worst, in my opinion, the worst 5v5 Survivor Series match
No,
it
but it
wasn't
wasn't.
worse.
No.
I don't think it was anything special.
No.
I mean, the best one, in my opinion, was about 3 years ago when Keith Lee won, but, you know, whatever.
Did they
That was
win?
Keith
I
Lee.
mean, Bearcat.
Keith Lee,
Well,
who's that?
He-
Did they win? No.
No.
Keith nearly
Yeah,
won.
No, NXT fucking clean sweep, didn't they?
But
They
Keith,
were- they were trying to
Keith
make-
got taken out by Roman, didn't he?
I think Roman's team won that one.
You might be
I
right,
think
actually, but I'm
Roman
shocked.
took out
They
Keith Lee.
killed
NXT
it.
definitely won overall that night, though.
I think they might have done. But yeah, it was that. I love that. So the triple threat Survivor Series with all three
I
brands.
think
That was
Roman
class.
took him out.
That was that. At that point, I got really excited for WWE again because it's like
That
hang
was
on,
when Kevin
three
Owens-
brands
we all-
here. This is going to be amazing.
We all thought Kevin Owens was going to stay on
And then
NXT
the
for a while.
next year they completely scrapped
Well, it's
NXT
COVID.
from it.
It was COVID,
Yeah.
mate. It was COVID destroyed it. If COVID hadn't come along, NXT would be the third brand by now.
Yeah. There was money pumped into it. They couldn't keep
I think so.
all of them going.
I don't think it was, you know. I think it's because they started to lose to AEW.
Yeah.
No, but they started
Okay,
losing to
I-
Because
AEW
obviously they were
because
competing.
of
They were
COVID.
on the same night. They were on the same night, and they were losing to AEW in the ratings. And I think they just gave up at that point. And then they moved to another night, and they were just like, yeah, they will go back to being the non-brand as such. I genuinely think that's what happened with that.
But they wouldn't have had all these releases anyway if they were going to do the third one. I think COVID screwed it big time. Battle Royal was next. Omos won. Me and Link
Yep.
both predicted it.
Yeah, obviously.
Pete went to Cesaro, who was...
I went to Cesaro as well. Yeah.
he was there in the last four.
Yeah.
He didn't win though, so shut up.
That was one of the two you got. Only one of the couple you got, Links. So shut up.
Well, I mean, Pete, you were technically less than 50%. So.
No, I still say I called it. I called Bianca to be sole survivor.
So I don't know about that. But yeah, Omos won. We had the moment where we thought him and Jeff, Omos and Jeff, yeah,
Omos
and
AJ.
AJ. Bloody hell. We thought that might start it, but
Yeah.
it's not happening yet.
No, AJ just ran in, started hugging Omos, had a little celebration, went to get some pizza, and the Street Profits were like, "No, that's my pizza."
It was
then started throwing it at
weird.
people.
That was really
Then
weird.
started throwing pizza at people.
And then we got the quote of the night.
You get a pizza. You get a pizza.
No, the quote of the night was, just think if it could be even worse. It could be stuffed crust. And we was like, what, Aiden? He actually turned around and went, just think, all that pizza they're throwing, it could be worse. It could be stuffed crust pizza. Like it was going to make a big difference.
Yeah. What difference does that make, Aiden?
Listen, I was just trying to get a quote of the night again. It was my debut. I needed something.
Oh,
It could be a lot
I know
worse.
that
It could
guy.
be
He's
stuffed
the
crust.
pizza guy. He's the guy that comes on and comments on the pizza.
Oh well.
Link's just sat here thinking, was I awake at this point?
Link
No,
Link made a brilliant call in this match. When AJ went in, when R-Truth went in the ring with a bit of pizza, he was like, "Where's Otis? Where's Otis?
Yeah,
Otis
yeah.
will be there. Where is Otis?"
It was
And all
like
of a sudden you
R-Truth
see
was
the
trying to give it to
camera pan up.
Omos, and then you
Otis
just see
is just
Otis
standing
come
there.
round.
He knew it.
I think
called
everyone
it.
knew Otis was going to be there. I mean, come on.
He called it. Link called that.
What position could they? Like,
You left the crust, and then they threw the crust out into the
Link,
air.
what was that? What did you just... What were you... What? Link's
I
away
think
with the
he's falling
fairies.
asleep. I think he's falling asleep again.
I think he has. Anyway, RK Bro versus the Usos was next up. It's odd
I like
to
the
me.
ending to this.
Oh, yeah, it was a good ending. always love
Amazing.
Always love an Orton reversal into an RKO. Always class. Nice to
It
see.
was different.
That was one of the better ones because I love how he still landed on Riddle.
I found this match dragged
I
a
missed
bit.
that.
This
They
is when
dragged
it
it.
first started dragging.
It definitely dragged, yeah.
This is where the first one started dragging for me.
Well, I mean, it was just shy of 15 minutes. So I mean, probably quite long for a tag match. To be fair,
felt longer.
Problem is, I know Link's not fast on Riddle, but I don't think I'm particularly fast on Riddle anymore.
No, we was actually said last night. Riddle is the big joke act, and it's starting to rub off on Orton.
I did use to like Riddle, but now I'm just like, well, he's just the comedy guy now, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's starting to rub off on Riddle and starting to rub off on Orton. I don't like that. Orton, I've always liked as one of the top guys, kind of there or thereabouts.
Orton should be in some people's like most people's top 10s of all times.
Oh, absolutely.
Like that guy is unreal.
So two things I want to point out here. So you said Riddle's becoming like the comedy guy. He really is.
He's the comedy guy.
He always has been.
Yeah. And secondly, you said that he's been rubbing off on Randy Orton. I don't want to know. That seems like something they should keep in private.
But again, another tag team that they don't seem in too much of a hurry to split up, which I moan when they stick tag teams that hate each other together, but
tag team champions, they hate each other.
But these aren't. They're enjoying it now.
I've even got a combined theme song. That's when you know it's legit.
Yeah.
Wow. Is it still the one that goes bro and then it's just Orton's music?
No.
It's got the ding,
just
ding, ding in the background as well during. I hear voices.
I must have missed that.
Yeah.
But I've got to admit, the finish of this is up there for one of the best RKOs for me. It reminded me of like the Seth Randy Orton RKO. Like for the curb stomp into that. The one where it was the one where they've done the Usos were going to do splash and Orton's caught in mid-air into an RKO onto Riddle. It was good. And all you see was Riddle laying on the floor, putting his thumbs up.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm dying inside, but I'm good.
Good job. Thank you, Randy.
Hey, drugs.
What?
That's Riddle, isn't it? That's literally his entire character. Yay, drugs.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of,
Yay.
I've got crushed ribs. Yeah.
But he's fine because, yay, drugs.
Moving on.
Oh, I'm glad the humour of Link's here, guys. Wow. Wow, I'm glad he's here to bring us all
he's a
down.
funny guy.
To be fair, he didn't mention the cups for the Battle Royal.
Yeah. The solo cups, which are for lean, which is also a drug.
Again, moving on.
Let's advertise that more. Yay, drugs.
Moving on.
Leo, get out of the way. Women's Survivor Series match. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. Team Raw win again.
I called this. I said
great match I love to watch.
Sasha and Thingy would cost SmackDown, which is essentially what happened. I think this is when Link started to fall asleep, wasn't it?
What, really? I started to fall asleep during a women's match. Shocked.
I stayed right wide awake during this match.
I'll be honest, I couldn't remember half of the eliminations if you asked me. But
I wouldn't be able to
I
tell
just
you
know
one.
that Bianca was sole survivor because she took
You know,
three
tell you
people
one.
on.
I really like the bit when Sasha kind of got her teammates to turn on her.
Yeah, that was
really cool.
Yeah.
Sasha's a knob, what do you expect?
And then Bianca just full on destroyed Shayna.
But weren't it 4-on-1 at one point?
Yeah, that was when it was
3-on-1, 3 or 4-on-1.
It was 3-on-1. That's when Bianca became the sole survivor and eliminated everyone.
Oh, yeah,
1-on-1.
she did, right at the end, yeah.
Or Sasha Botch. How will she survive? Oh, she won't.
I did call this. I said the whole way along it'll be Bianca, solo survivor. They're going to give her this push again. They're going to put pressure on this pedestal again.
Put who on this pedestal? Sasha.
No, Bianca.
I
think Bianca's going to get another push. I think that's
I think that's what's coming.
Without a doubt, she's going to get another push. But
the thing
I don't know when.
The thing for me here is, well, we said it in the predictions, Aiden, that Bianca doesn't really need to be the sole survivor to get that push. She could have just had that push. Whereas Shayna, someone like Shayna, or even Liv or Tony, like they could have done with that.
Yeah.
But I think what's going to be even worse is one of the people I was going to say about the Rumble. I think for a massive push is going to be Rhea. is going to be Rhea. And the thing is, these are the people you don't need to have the push. People like Rhea and Bianca, but they're going to get these pushes now.
I think the person that's going to get the biggest push at the Rumble is going to be The Rock.
Oh yeah, Rock. I think Rock.
If you don't think so, you've
I
probably got your eyes closed.
I think Rock will be in the Rumble.
But we all predicted The Rock would have been there last night, and it was pretty much certain.
He'll be there tonight. He'll be there tonight.
I was hoping we'd get like Brock come out to confront Roman.
It made sense. It made sense that we're not getting Brock last night because
we could have then had.
He's already advertised for Friday.
They've already announced him that he's on. He's going to be on SmackDown.
I was saying it would have been nice if we had Brock come out to confront
it
Roman,
would have been nice
and
if
then
anyone
Rock
had
come
to
out to be on the side of Roman to begin with, and then obviously
wink, wink, nudge, nudge,
and then at Mania, oh. But yeah.
I think it will most likely be Rock versus Roman at Mania. I think it's not confirmed, but I think it will potentially happen.
Come on,
it was a weird one as well. The fact that obviously Rock's done so many films, but of all films, it was Red Notice that is the one that they were.
Red Notice is 7 Bucks Productions film, which is The Rock's own production studio.
His company.
So it's his production, and it was released like 4 days ago.
Yeah, on Netflix only. I've already seen it. Yeah,
I've already seen it as well. It's all right.
I watched it. It's Ryan Reynolds, isn't it, mate? Why would you not watch anything with Ryan Reynolds in?
Yeah. So. Exactly. To be fair, Ryan Reynolds is the reason I watched it as well, and it was a really good film. I enjoyed it. The twist at the end was very.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Really surprising.
Don't give it away,
I don't want to ruin it for people. It is worth watching. Though. You'll enjoy it.
It is really good. But I mean, yeah, we'll come back. We'll sort of come back a little bit to Roman though. Big E.
Roman was clean
for me.
Yeah,
clean. I thought if Roman was to win this match, I thought interferences and that was going to happen because that's
this match was the highlight of my night. I really enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, on the stream.
This actually awake?
Completely unconscious.
No.
He was snoring.
Oh, of course he wasn't.
This was the clip.
This is the clip there.
So tell you what I'm gonna do.
Big E's hurt his leg.
I don't give a shit. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave Kofi Kingston as 3-way or. Because they know if he's injured or not. I'd personally just fuck all. They're like, yeah, he's injured.
Totally agree.
Bye.
This was.
This was
He knows what I've just done.
He knows. Thank you, Fridge.
Oh, it was great. Thank you, Fridge. We love you, mate.
Good lad. That's why
Hashtag ban Fridge.
But I mean, infuriating that Big E lost clean. Really, it sort of
that was the thing.
It sort of dictates the whole show, doesn't it?
If it had been a dirty finish,
Big E shit like Roman isn't makes complete sense.
Yeah, but I think
it's irrelevant, really. They're the champions.
But like, let's be honest. Are they on? They might be both the champions, but are they on the same level? Are they?
Roman is like.
Are they fuck? Yeah. Big E is a high mid carder who's just on his way to the top tier. Like Roman is the top of the top. Yeah, they're not even close, mate. They're not.
I knew Roman was going to win, but if Big E,
what they could have done was just drop the belt in the ring, Heyman distract the ref, take a belt shot, that's it, done. It's going to end the same way. Just make Big E look still strong.
Well, not even necessarily making Big E, because they've gone all through the night. They've gone, Raw's the big brand, Raw's the big brand, Raw's the big brand. Oh, but we've got Roman Reigns, and it just felt a bit like. Thing is,
you've got to make your champions still. Both champions still look big.
They don't actually care about Survivor Series now, is it? Do they? They don't care about this Raw versus SmackDown.
Yeah, but he's not the best on the roster. He's not the best on the roster. Just because he's the champion, it's like when they've got these snivelly little like heel champions like Seth Rollins. He was never the best wrestler. Like he was never the best champion. Like he was never the top guy. He got given the top. He was in the top spot, but he was never the top guy.
Yeah.
Roman's and that's the same with Big E. Big E is not the top guy. Full stop. It's just not. Like there's even on Raw, there are better wrestlers.
Yeah, I just think doing that to him last night has devalued him and that title a little bit.
I don't think he had any value.
He's their champion. He's got to have value.
I don't think he had any. I don't think he had enough value to lose from that. Is what I'm saying. Like he was in that was the most high-profile match of his entire career. Like,
then
he lost it, and I don't think that took anything away from him. I really don't. I see what you're saying, but honestly, I don't think it will have affect him. I don't.
It's a shame when you think a world title's got to that, though. It's just a shame.
Well, it's just because of who it's on.
I mean, like, having said that, bring it back a little bit. It took 3 super punches for him to lie down. So
I don't think anyone remember that.
They did.
I don't remember that because I didn't watch it.
There were points in time when Biggie was made to look like the better one.
Yeah.
Like he had his moments in the match where it's like, oh, Biggie could win this, and then Roman brought it back.
I'll tell you what though, and we're going to mention because we spoke about it on the extra stream, where he does that through the ropes, it petrifies us.
When he does the spear through the ropes, I don't know why he's saying call it the spear through the ropes. Yeah. But
Suicide dive.
Yeah, suicide dive. I'm tired.
When Big E does that though, it is terrifying because he looks like he just full on.
I feel like I'm gonna bleep what Pete just said. To be honest, for
I feel like you should too.
Like it's completely fine, but in out of context, that sounds awful.
It does, and I'm tired. It was the wrong word. I didn't think. But it was. Do you know what? He looks so dangerous every time he does it, and it looks like he's just going to injure himself every single time.
Ooh,
and he did last night.
I think he hurt his shoulder last night.
He really hurt his shoulder.
Saw him having to like wake it a bit.
Shaking his shoulder.
Yeah, he got up and he started.
Guaranteed it would have been a shockwave all the way through it.
Yeah. He could have been.
I've always said he shouldn't. I've always said he shouldn't do it.
It looks so bad.
Yeah.
I've
always said he shouldn't do it. Cesaro's bad for it as well. Cesaro stopped doing it because Cesaro nearly killed himself, didn't he, at one point?
Yeah.
But it looked really bad yesterday. It looked like he'd hurt himself big time.
Yeah. I've always said it was like he's a big dude. He shouldn't be coming through the ropes like that. It's dangerous as hell. Like, no, it shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but I thought that could have easily ended it last night.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
As for the buckle bomb into the corner, that was Finn's fault. 100% that was Finn's fault. He put his arm out. He shouldn't have. He should have took the move like he was supposed to. He put his arm out. That was his own fault.
Yes, we spoke about that a bit yesterday as well. Just
as for Sting, that was completely Seth's fault.
But
and as for John,
I'll be honest,
and for John Cena, that was completely Seth's fault.
Right. Should we just stop deciding who gets the blame for different moves?
and as for everything else that's ever happened,
come back to what you you asked for earlier.
That's Bret Hart's fault.
Oh yeah, we'll blame Bret for everything. We'll throw Ric Flair under as well.
He pooped himself.
Royal Rumble. Come on, then, Link.
Right.
I've lost control again.
You never had control, brother.
Not when I feel like this, I don't.
Right. So Royal Rumble. We're going to go to the Royal Rumble. So hang on. I tell you what. Let's do a summary.
Sorry.
Because I don't know if we've done this before, but we should start rating what we think pay-per-views are getting. So out of 10.
Oh, we used to. We used to when we stopped.
Well, let's start again, eh? Let's start again.
Bring it back.
For me,
we used to grade it rather than number it.
For me, it was a solid pay-per-view. It wasn't perfect. I'm going to give it a 7.
Definition of average.
Yeah.
Well, it's not.
It's
definition average is fine.
Seven, I was going to 5 and 6 are like your two averages. 7's like when you have an above average.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And anything above 7's like kind of like.
I was going to say 6 just because a lot of these matches felt to me like nothing matches. Just I think partly
they are nothing matches.
The build up.
Yeah.
Was the build up.
Survivor Series is always now a bit of nothing because it's never going to build a story because the following week they won't see each other.
Yeah, it's just a bit of one of them for me.
I'd go with Pete. I'm going to go 6 because it's definitely lost its mystique nowadays, I think. Yeah. And nothing there really grabs it for me to bring it any higher than a 6, to be honest with you.
Well, then, Softcock, what's your vote?
Softcock, wow. Alien Softcock.
I've never been called that one before. I'll take it.
The takes off cock. What?
No.
I bet.
I'll be honest.
Make your
I'll
vote.
be honest. I wouldn't give it I wouldn't even give it a 6. I'd give it like a 5.5 at best.
All right. Well, in that case,
I-
we're averaging out of 6. So there we go. There we go, everybody. 6 is the average. Well done.
Right. Rumble predictions then.
Rumble predictions.
Now there's 4 of us.
Right.
Men and women's.
Let's say going into the Rumble, we're going to probably have the same champions that we have now, I'd imagine. I don't think we're going to change.
I could maybe see a Big E change.
Maybe an intercontinental
maybe a day
change,
one.
Maybe
A day one change.
I think Big E probably lose it at the Rumble, to be honest with you.
I think he will as well.
I could see him
Yeah,
losing it
think
at day
he'll
one,
lose
to
it.
be fair.
No, I think he'll keep it at day one.
Yeah, I think he'll lose it at the
He'll
Rumble.
lose it, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Right. Women's title.
Sorry, I
though.
don't
Let's
care.
look at the women's title first. So we've got Charlotte and Becky are the women's champions currently.
Yeah.
I think they're going to stay champions as well probably until Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably
It's
until
ju-
Mania.
It's more of like who do you take who takes the loss against Becky and Charlotte? That's like, you know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't be shocked to see, because Brock entered as champion, didn't he, at one point into the Rumble?
So did Roman Reigns.
Right. I wouldn't be surprised to see
'Cause
one or
Triple H
both
won
of
it.
them. One or
I'd
both
say
of them
Becky
in the
would
Rumble
more
itself.
likely do it.
Not for the title, but in the Rumble itself. No, because Becky's a heel now as well, remember?
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Having two Rumbles and then having to have two women's main titles, 2 men's main titles. The Intercontinental and the US usually don't get touched on the Rumbles.
Women's Royal Rumble winner 2022,
That's loud.
Bayley.
Bayley.
It's a good shout.
So it's not a bad show.
I think
She
we
due
all
back
agreed
right then?
that.
Huh?
Is she due back about then? It's not a bad show, actually. I'm gonna have a little.
No, I'm gonna pick one now because Bailey was one of the people I was thinking about, but I'm gonna go with who I said
No,
last
she's
night.
not. You did
And
not think about Bayley time.
No, I said Bailey. If she's back, then Bailey's got a damn good chance. But I'm gonna go with who I said originally. I think Rhea's gonna get it.
Also a good shout.
It's
Also a
actually
good shout.
It's good option.
Rhea's a good show.
option.
And I think the men's, and I've been thinking about this, and I'm just
Hang on.
God.
Countdown.
I was looking through the roster.
dickhead.
I was trying to think of how and why.
We'll do the women's first, and then we'll move on to the men's.
Yeah, I'll go for Rhea.
So, right, I've just seen something. Just looking at some rosters.
Come on then, Dan.
I've
I'll
really-
one of you needs to
I've
pick
re-
your women.
I've really not followed NXT, by the way. Didn't realize Mandy Rose was champion.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. Missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Bianca won the last one.
I don't think she'll win again.
No.
Bloody budgies, man.
Is there a fucking bird?
Bird in there.
Yes, there's a fucking bird in here. Sorry, Frank.
That was so good, by the way. That was so good. Is there a bird in this room? It's so good.
It's like one of the best clips you'll ever see. You going with Dan?
Alexa Bliss.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh. I'm gonna go for a complete shot in the dark. I'm gonna go
Hang on.
Tony Storm.
Oh, I thought about her.
Interesting option.
It's a good choice.
Dan, you say Bliss with the gimmick or without the gimmick?
Oh, I don't know. How many months away are we? 2
months.
2 months.
She's out at the moment. She's not been. I've not seen her for a month or so, have we?
Yeah, I'm hoping she doesn't get released because I'd probably cry.
She won't get
No, she's
released.
not going to get released.
Do
Be mental to release her.
you know what? I'm gonna go with Bliss of old. Bliss is gonna come back as Bliss.
Right. Okay. So we're dropping the whole Fiend persona, Sister Abigail,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
the
Why
hell
not?
that thing
I
was.
kind of hope she does actually. So yeah.
I think
I'll be
for that
honest, I
gimmick
hope
you
she does
needed.
as well.
I think for that
Okay.
gimmick you
Fiend.
needed Bray in the books.
You needed Brain as Fiend.
Honestly, though, the thing
Okay.
for Bliss, it saved her career because they didn't think she'd be able to wrestle again at one point, and her doing that was the whole point, and
gave her a
that
lot.
was
Yeah.
was why she had the moment of bliss in the first place, and then she ended up obviously with it. via sort of that sort of way. So it saved her WWE
Well,
career.
she ended up in that because of Braun Strowman, didn't she? Because she was friends with Braun Strowman, and then Strowman had that rivalry with Wyatt, and then they did that whole thing where Bliss was Sister Abigail. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the very, very first pay-per-view that we watched along together.
Yeah.
Hello, young man.
And it was the exact moment my internet cut out.
That was Extreme Rules Swamp Edition, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, last year. That was only last year, boys.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It was early last year, though.
Yeah.
Hello.
So you went Tony Storm there, Aidan, yeah?
Yeah, Tony Storm. I think she's got a good chance.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout. I rate
She's
the idea.
pushed her way up to the.
I think her
being
in that Survivor Series team, I think that just, you know, kind of like, it's like maybe there's starting to be a push on her, maybe. I hope there is, because I do like Tony Storm.
Really? What's your best thing about Tony Storm for you?
She's a good wrestler.
Bootay.
It's just a bit of makeup under her eye, isn't it?
I've always got her back.
Shut up, Pete. Just shut up, Pete. God damn it, Pete.
I'm actually really confident with my men's.
Aidan, what will your fake girlfriend say? Anyway.
Go on, then. Let's do some men's. Let's do some men. Wow. Let's do some men. Whatever floats your boats, boys.
Whatever floats your boats.
Do you want my
Don't
prediction?
forget to flex your H. Anyway.
Hard.
All right. Just please, someone just put the prediction.
Right, I've got my prediction worked out.
Go on, Pete.
I'm quite confident with it.
Go on, Pete.
/ space Spider-Man.
We've got a nice little bit of a feud happening soon, I think, with Kevin Owens and Seth.
Kevin Owens isn't going to win it.
Oh, you've never
Kevin Owens, I think Kevin Owens is going to win it. The reason he turned heel was going against Big E. I think this is going to set up. He's going to go for the title from Big E.
No.
That feud's going to then kick in because they've done nothing with it. That's where it's going to kick in.
Do you know what? That would work. That would work.
That's where the feud's going to kick in, and Owens will take
that would work. That would work, and then Owens going into Mania as champ. I'd actually quite like that. I'd actually quite like that. I don't see it happening.
That's where the feud, because they've just killed the feud off. He turned on Big E. They've done nothing with it.
But the thing is, like we've just said, I actually think that Big E's going to drop the title before Mania.
And he will drop it to Kevin Owens.
Right, at the Rumble.
So who's winning?
So he's not going to be in the Rumble then,
is he?
Who's
winning the Royal Rumble?
He's just won the belt.
Sorry, he'll win it before. I think he'll end up dropping it before Mania. But Kevin Owens will win the Rumble. And he'll have a feud.
So Kevin will win it at Mania. Is that what you're saying?
And then have a feud with nobody because Big E's already lost the belt. You just said.
So your really good point went from really good to just.
We just blew holes all the way through it.
Kevin Owens will win the Rumble, and he'll want to go against Big E.
But Big E won't be the champion. Okay, Big E might be the champion in fairness, but I don't think he will be.
Right. Okay.
Fair play. So you think that the Mania main event for Raw is going to be Big E versus Kevin Owens?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're on crack. Anyway,
I'll take that.
So I've got one, and mine won't involve it eventually being Big E because I think Big E will lose it before Mania.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So whoever wins the Rumble, it won't be Big E might have it at Rumble, but it won't be who they face eventually. But I'm going to go for a record equaling winner.
Randy Orton, then.
Yep.
I'm going to go Randy Orton. Are you saying he's going to lose the tag titles?
No, it can easily.
Doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't really make a difference.
And win the Rumble. Yeah.
I'm going to go Randy Orton to win the Royal Rumble.
Good shout. Do you want to? Am I next?
You're going next, mate. You're going next. Yeah.
He hasn't made his mind up yet.
Because I thought about someone like Omos, but I thought. No.
I was even thinking of people coming up from NXT, but
I'm just going to be a completely crazy person.
Roman Reigns.
Say Rock return. Rock's going to win the Rumble. If you smell what the Rock
thing is,
cooking.
Rock doesn't need to win it though, does he? Just to
have a
Mania.
I know, but I know, but I'm still saying the Rock. I'm still saying Rock.
So
Link's going Triple H.
No, I'm not. I think that the winner of the Rumble,
Kane,
the winner of the Rumble is going to be a face, and they're going to take on And do you know what? After hearing what you're saying there, Pete, I actually do think that Kevin Owens probably will be the person to take the belt from Big E. And I think they're going to take on Kevin Owens at Mania. So I think that the person that's going to win the Rumble is going to be face, and it's going to be the person from Raw.
But who is
So
that?
it's got to be a Raw superstar who's a face.
Dominic Mysterio.
No, absolutely not. No, wouldn't make sense.
Rey Mysterio.
No, that'd be shit.
Reggie. R-Truth. Justice for R-Truth.
Who is it? Who is it, Link?
Finn. Edge.
I'm going to go for Kofi Kingston.
No, do not do that.
He's a
I don't think
SmackDown.
it'll be
but-
Kofi.
Yeah, sure.
He
He's completely destroyed his own point. That is.
He is, but I think they're going to build this story.
He's a good crap.
Look, I've blown a hole all the way through it now. It's terrible. It's a terrible idea.
Retire.
I broke him.
It's definitely going to be a face. I'm almost certain it's going to be Kevin Owens that they go against. Do you know what?
Rick Boogs. I considered
Drew
him.
McIntyre. Could just say.
Be a
something,
surprise, wouldn't it? Rick
for God's
Boogs
sake.
wouldn't it?
I'm half tempted, and I don't even want to say the words, but I'm half tempted to say Goldberg.
Why? Why would you say it?
Why wouldn't you then say something like Omos?
It just
Because they need the star power. And Nomos doesn't have that yet.
Just say Big Bob. It's fine. Robert Roode. Big Bob. That killed me last night. It wasn't me. I'm your friend. That was Big Bob. Says Dolph Ziggler to Omos. Dolph Ziggler calling somebody Big Bob was a interesting point of the show.
I'll be honest, can I be honest? I don't think us three didn't notice that. I don't think we
How
noticed it at
funny
all.
would it be?
You were talking, to be fair, whereas I was sat on my own in silence like this.
How funny if it was Kevin Owens that goes into Mania as champion. If the Miz wins the Rumble, the Miz Kevin Owens.
I don't know what they're going to do with Miz now, because obviously they took John Morrison away from him, which is just
So he's going to go on a solo run.
stupid thing to do.
Miz would be really good if they readjust
Miz, Kevin Owens, yeah.
no, if they readjust their general managers and stuff.
Yeah.
Miz would be
be a good manager.
Would be really good in the general manager
I
role.
think that's-
I was even tempted about bringing someone coming up from NXT and winning it.
Oh,
just-
Johnny
like,
I
Gargano.
think it's too early.
There's
Yet.
just
I think it's
nobody
too
that
early.
excites me in NXT that would do it. I don't think.
Because I got rid of everyone that's like.
I don't
it's
know.
just a
Bron
development phase.
Baker's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
but I think it's too early
Who?
yet for him to
Sorry,
come up.
who?
and
Bron
win.
Breaker.
Who?
Rex Steiner.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rick
right,
Steiner's
okay.
son.
Right,
Rick Steiner's son, yeah.
Okay.
But I
Still
think
not
I
with it.
think
His name's Bron Breaker now in NXT.
Instead
He's
of
obviously
his
was.
actual name.
Yeah.
looking about 8 weeks away, it's just going to be too soon for him to make a name and come up and win the Rumble.
See, but I feel like somebody like Sammy or something, I wouldn't be shocked if they just give it to somebody like that.
Well, they did it with the Miz at the time, didn't
Yeah,
they? With him going in as champion against Cena. No one expected a name like that, and it worked.
I watched a promo actually. Speaking of Rex Steiner, I watched a promo the other day with him and Ciampa, and Ciampa turned around to him and went, "You've got less than 33 1/3% chance of." I'm not even joking. I was just like, "That's
brilliant.
so good."
I'd love someone like Ciampa to do it, but he's never going to be coming up to win it.
No, he's not. He's
Come
not.
on, Link. I'm gonna push you for it, mate. I'm gonna push you for
You're
it.
gonna go
Picked
Kofi.
other-
So
No,
obviously,
Okay.
in my mind,
Okay.
AJ still got to win it before the end of his career. But
I don't think he'll be a Mania.
What, the Rumble?
Yeah, I don't think he'll win
so.
the Rumble. No, I
But
don't
he's
think
going to
he
be
will
this
now.
year.
I don't. He's not. He's not. I don't think he'll ever win the Rumble.
It's a
No,
shame
no,
because
no, no.
I think
it's we're getting down to the point where
Raw roster.
it's this. It'll be the Rumble and the AEW Championship, and that's pretty much all you need to win left, really. And that's mental.
I just think it's going to be the elusive ones that you're not going to get now.
Sorry, I've actually got to go on the WWE website to have a look
To
at what the
find
roster
something
is
fits.
for right now.
I want Kevin Owens to be back up there again. Now I think this is going to be the perfect time for him to do it. His heel turns the best you'll get out of him as a heel.
Do you know what? I wouldn't. It wouldn't be ridiculous to see somebody like Austin Theory being pushed into that spot very quickly.
Oh, God.
It wouldn't be.
I do like Austin Theory,
He's.
but I don't think it's his time yet.
But it wouldn't. I don't think it's a ridiculous thought. Throwing somebody. I mean, throwing. I don't know. Is.
Then again, would it be someone like Brock?
I mean, Brock's always an option.
What, and then Brock Roman at Mania?
He can pick who he wants. He picks who he wants.
Well, you wouldn't. He wouldn't. It'd be Brock versus.
He's free agent.
It'd be Brock versus Owens in that situation, or Brock versus. Do you know what though? That would work.
But it might not be. It might not be Owens. That's the thing. It might not.
He's a free agent.
Remember, Owens could win it at Rumble. Owens could then lose it by Mania again to somebody else.
Yeah, I would see. I'll be honest. I would see Kevin. If Kevin was to win it at the Rumble, I could see him losing it before Mania.
Yeah.
Do you know what? The thing I like is the one thing I will say about Brock. He's a free agent, and I want the whole thing again where you've got both champions in there, and he gets to pick either one. Because he's a free agent still, and he can go in there and go, I'll choose what I want.
But I like the fact
that
was his Money in the Bank thing. I know a lot of people don't like him, but his Money in the Bank thing was good for that because he was quite scary about where he was just suddenly going to turn up, and he was turning up, and that was the thing people couldn't stop. Like that was the thing people were complaining about, that he didn't.
Mate, the Raw roster's
he was
tiny.
there all the time.
This is what I was looking at. Had problems
Like
with.
the Raw roster's tiny.
It's underwhelming, really. But that's why Orton's right up there for me. I can't.
That's why
I'm struggling to see past somebody like Orton.
That's why I went for Kevin Owens.
I mean, you've got guys like Bobby Lashley, obviously AJ himself.
Yeah, this is why I struggle.
Again,
Bobby,
I can't see it being
Edge,
Bobby.
Finn Balor.
No,
Kevin
Finn
Owens.
maybe. Kevin Owens maybe.
Montez Ford is an outside shout still, although.
I can't see it.
No, the way that Omos
Riddle's also a shout for that.
Riddle is
a shout for that.
Seth is.
Who are you going with?
I still think Dominic Mysterio is actually a shout for it.
I'd say Miz is a shout on it as well, to be fair. And no, Dominic's, it's too soon for Dominic to go to the Mania main event, mate, right now.
Another year or two.
They've done stupider things.
No, this year will be Ray versus Dominic Mania.
I hope so. Ray to retire?
Yeah. Possibly, or at least maybe give him the mask.
Like I said about that before, didn't I? Actually, yeah.
No, that's the only reason I went for Kevin Owens, because the feud fits. They teased it, but they didn't do it for some reason. They put a stop.
Got it. Scrap everything I said before. I know I've just taken 10 minutes to make the decision, but I'm going Brock. There we go. We're done. Ladies and gentlemen, when in doubt, vote Brock Lesnar. Thank you very much for watching. We are the Heel Project. I am Link the Legend. Peace.
Well, yeah, and that, but also make sure you go and follow Aiden's Twitch. It'll be in the link in the description.
That guy down there.
And maybe Fridges. I'll put Fridges in as well. Thanks, Fridge.
Yeah, put Fridges in. Fridge gave us a lot of content in that stream.
Catch you later, guys.
Don't fucking burn this from.
Fucking cut your testicles off and feed it to you.